All right, guys, Mikey here from Mikey's Iron Rage. And guys, I got a banger of a comparison video yet again for use today. And we're going to do a comparison video in conjunction with Marx Max Muscle. And boy, oh boy, is this going to be an entertaining one to say the least. Now, you guys know I've done a shitload of videos on the Big King Ronnie Coleman versus Phil the Gift Heath. And 9 out of 10 times, Big King Ronnie Coleman usually takes the fucking cake, depending on which year. So Mark thinks that 2011 Mr. Olympia Phil Heath is better than 1999 Ronnie King Coleman. Now, I disagreed with him about that. So we both said, fuck it. Let's do a comparison video on Phil and Ronnie and see who is better once and for all. So, like I said, we got 1999 Mr. Olympia winner Ronnie King Coleman versus 2011 Mr. Olympia winner Phil the Gift Heath. So Mark, buckle up because I'm going to kick your ass in this comparison video, I tell you that. So guys, without any further ado, let's get it on. And we got the first pose of the night, the front relaxed. And I tell you, both guys look fantastic. And this was a hard pose for me to judge. And Ronnie just looks so much wider and bigger than Phil, huh? Look at how much wider he is than Phil. I mean, come on. How do you even compare these two? Not for nothing, Phil was good in 2011. But 1999? Are you kidding me? 1 through 10. In 1999 could be Mr. Olympia nowadays, but I digress. So I am going to go with Phil Heath in this pose. Now, if Ronnie Coleman was holding his arms more like Phil Heath is holding his arms, I would definitely go with Ronnie Coleman in that pose. But I am going to take Phil Heath because Phil Heath looks like a complete badass in the front relaxed. All right, guys, off to the next pose. And we got the front lat spread. And like I said before, look at the fucking difference here. Look at how wide Ronnie is compared to Phil. It's not even funny. And Ronnie's midsection even looks tighter than Phil's midsection in this pose. And guys, I'm not being biased. I swear I am not being biased. I'm going to cut this shit straight down the middle. So Ronnie Coleman's going to take the point for the front lat spread. All right, guys, now we got the fucking side tricep, and Ronnie Coleman's going to take this one. Yeah, right. Ronnie Coleman has such a bad side tricep pose. I mean, when he hits a front double bicep, his triceps look huge. That's because the outer part of the head is smaller than the inner part of the head, and the tricep insertions are very, very high on Ronnie Coleman. So it gives him a shitty looking side tricep. Plus his midsection's protruding a little bit. So I'm going to go and I'm going to give Phil Heath the point. I mean, look at how thick Phil Heath's tricep is. It's super thick. It's nice and deeply cut, and he's got a sick silhouette. His abs look great. Side sweep to the quads look good. So Phil Heath is going to get the point. All right, guys, now we got the crab most muscular. And this was another tough one. Phil Heath really fills the pose out lovely. I love Phil Heath in this pose. But then you look to the left and look at the paper-thin skin on Ronnie Coleman. Okay? It's ridiculous. Plus, his traps are bigger. He's got striations everywhere. And the thing is, the reason why Phil Heath looks puffy like that is because these guys take too many peptides nowadays. Back in 1999, guys weren't taking peptides. Peptides give you that fucking puffy look. You see how Ronnie Coleman has that tight skin, that paper-thin skin? That's because he wasn't taking fucking peptides. But I digress. So all in all, Ronnie Coleman's going to get the point for the crab. All right, guys, now we got the ab and thigh. And I tell you, Ronnie Coleman doesn't look bad. He has a pretty tight midsection. His waist is even tighter than Phil's, I think. But Phil Heath's abs look a lot better, though. I mean, Phil Heath's abs are ripped. I mean, Phil Heath's abs in 2013, his midsection was a little tighter, but his abs in 2011 were more ripped. So Phil Heath is going to get the ab and thigh. All right, guys, now we got the front double bicep, and you see what I'm saying? Look at Ronnie Coleman's triceps. Look at how much bigger they are. That's because the inner part of the head is a lot bigger than the outer part of the head. And I mean, he's got those peaky biceps, huge legs, and a tight midsection. Look at that fucking midsection. It's tighter than it was in 1998. I mean, Phil Heath, he looks great. He's got big arms. He's got a nice silhouette, but Ronnie Coleman, front double bicep, one of the best of all time. So Ronnie's going to grab the point there. All right, guys, now we got the side chest shot. And you know what? I went back and forth on this one a bunch of times. And I don't know, in 1999, Ronnie's side chest wasn't that great. I think it was a lot better in 1998, and I think it was a lot better from 2000 on. So I'm going to throw Phil Heath a bone here, and I'm going to give Phil Heath the side chest shot. I just think that it might be popping just a little more than Ronnie Coleman. Even though Ronnie's arms might be a little bit bigger, Ronnie might look a little more shredded in a way, I think I'm going to still go with Phil Heath. All right, guys, now we got the rear lat spread. And this is like comparing a fucking gorilla to a bunny rabbit. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, look at how wide Ronnie Coleman is compared to Phil Heath. I mean, this is no comparison. I'm sorry, Mark, no comparison. 2011, Phil Heath was good. But this is 1999. Like I said, guys, in 1999, 1999 might have been the deepest Mr. Olympia lineup, and Ronnie kicked everybody's ass that year. So Ronnie's going to get the point for the rear lat spread for sure. But don't get me wrong. As the years went on, Phil Heath's rear lat spread might have been one of the best rear lat spreads I've ever seen. It looks like a fucking piece of armor on his back, but not in 2011. But I digress. All right, guys. Now we got the last pose of the night, the rear double bicep. And Phil Heath looks great. Everybody always says Phil Heath has a better rear double bicep than Dorian, than Ronnie. No fucking way. Ronnie Coleman has the best rear double bicep pose in bodybuilding history. I mean, he tightened it up too from 1998. He definitely tightened his back up. And then he's got those alien-esque cams and glutes. So Ronnie Coleman's going to take the last point for the rear double bicep. So Mark, let's tally him up, buddy. We got the big king Ronnie Coleman with 5 and the doctor, as you say, with 4. And I had 9 poses for you guys. Now, there was a Christmas tree pose I was going to throw in there, but Ronnie Coleman would have took that one anyway. But I didn't want Ronnie Coleman to kick Phil Heath's ass too bad and make Mark look, really bad. So I only had 9 poses for you guys. It went 5-4. Big King Ronnie Coleman. So guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Mikey's Iron Rage. Peace out, guys.